Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for March 9th. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This pair closed up today, is moving sideways. We are expecting this pair to potentially move as high as 99.99 and potentially as low as 96.90. Look for some resistance around 99.50 and look for some support around 98.00 in this particular pair. Now switching to the Euro USD pair, this pair closed down today. We are expecting it to move potentially as high as 128.56 and possibly as low as 124.26. Look for some resistance around 126.90 and look for some support around 125.50 in this particular pair. This pair is moving sideways as well. The bias is sideways. We did, though, create an inside bar today, so we could look for a breakout outside of that inside bar. Looking at the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair, as you can see, formed an overextended bar at the close of this session. We are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 143.39 and possibly as low as 135.37. Look for some resistance around 130.35 and look for some support around 137.25. Sorry, that was 38.35 on the resistance. Okay, this pair is moving lower. I do believe that we are going to see lower numbers in this pair. If you look, we have a nice little trend line that we've broken over the past couple of weeks. That has been broken. So our next kind of hurdle to get over would be the support that we should find around this area. And of course, as we move lower into, when we back out even further, we're looking at this low to be broken. If we can get below this low, we can definitely should see this pair just zoom really much lower. Now switching over to the Swiss, the US Swiss, let me zoom back in. This pair closed down by 1 pip today, did form an inside bar and also formed a doji bar, so a breakout from this is to be expected even though the range is rather large. If it's not broken today, we can definitely look for tomorrow's session to break it. We are expecting this pair to move as high as 117.80, potentially as low as 114.32. Look for some resistance around 116.44 and look for support around 115.25 in this particular pair. This pair is moving sideways for the most part. The bias is sideways as well. Now, what am I looking for during this next week or during this next session? Well, we have a couple of inside bars, we have a couple of swing trades, and we have a couple of overextended bars. And I already showed you that one in the pound US dollar pair. There's roughly 34 pips from the close to the low of this pair, so that is one you can look at. What I'm really looking at, though, are some swing trades. If you follow the swing trade from yesterday, then you put 90 pips in your pocket, which is always nice. But what I'm looking for today, we got the Euro Japanese yen pair. The Euro Japanese yen pair has a swing trade, basically looking for a buy at 125.30, looking to exit this particular trade a little bit higher at the 126.00 level. That's 70 pips. Make sure to use a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Now, the other one that I'm looking for is the New Zealand US dollar pair. This pair created a swing trade during this last session. If you draw your trend line right here, we have it looking for a short at 0.4891. That also coincides with the support that this particular session found at this point. So if we get a break below that, I could easily see us exiting 100 pips later at 0.4791. So that is one that I'm definitely looking for during this next session. Now, as far as news announcements, the U.S. has their Chairman Bernanke speaking on bank regulations in Washington at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. The Japanese yen has their machine orders for January being released at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is that it has dropped from negative 1.7% down to negative 4.8%. The U.S. also has their domestic corporate goods price index for February being released at 7:50 p.m. Consensus is that it has dropped as well. Has gone up from negative 1% to negative 0.6%. We also have the pound releasing their NIESR gross domestic product estimates for February at 8:01 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus is that actually there was no consensus last time. It was at negative 1.7%. So no consensus on that currently. Well, that about does it for the daily report today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.